What's up, guys? It's D, the Grim Gamer. Welcome back for another Tuesday night stream. I am currently in between Resistance games again. Just finished off Resistance Retribution last Thursday night. And, what a deal that was. The ending of that game was extremely stressful. And so pretty soon we're going to be starting Resistance 2. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. But I wanted to do something completely out of left field, completely different. And that was a completely different gameplay style. And this, well, it checks all them boxes. This is going to be a lot more chill, a lot more relaxed. This is SimCity on the Super Nintendo. Swab Beardson dropping down in the chat. Brother! Yes. What's going on, Swab? The real MVP dropping down in the chat already. And before we get started, for anybody out there that needs to know, which is all of you, if you need more gaming content in your life, which again is all of you, I know, because I know I do, well, then you're going to want to check out Swab Beardson on Twitch every Wednesday and Sunday nights, because he's doing a lot of cool stuff. He is currently doing a full-length playthrough of Death Stranding. He's doubling that up currently, but he does so much more than that. He does a lot in the speedrunning community, speedruns several different games, even has a couple of world records. And he's a moderator for a couple different games on speedrun.com. He's got all of his runs, well, not all of his runs, but many of his runs up on his YouTube channel, so you can check all of that out, along with just gameplay footage of several other games. You can check out my YouTube as well, where I've got 320 some odd gaming videos over there on at least 50, maybe 55 games over there currently right now. And Suave dropped the link for the Discord. That is for the Grim Beardson Discord. And you can check that out. That is a joint Discord for Suave and myself, where you can stay up to date on all of the schedules and all of the plans that we currently have on both sides of what we're doing. So check all of that out. But yes, again, we've got SimCity for the Super Nintendo tonight. And in doing a little bit of research, which is something that I like to do, this game was originally developed in 1985 for the Commodore 64, of all things. And 85 is when it was developed, but it wasn't released for another 4 years. I'm not really sure why that is, but when it was released on the Macintosh, and it was released on the Amiga, of all things. And it wasn't until 91, well, there was some development time there, mind you, but in 91, Nintendo licensed it, did their own port of it, and therefore we wound up with this version. So this isn't even like the original version, but it's, you know, for consoles, I believe it is, or at least any console I've ever dealt with or heard of. Now, when Nintendo licensed it, they had made a few changes compared to the original release. There may be a lot, but a couple that I know of. For instance, anybody that knows SimCity knows that, you know, you can have like natural disasters and stuff on, and it can completely wipe out everything that you've done, just in case you want to go that route for reasons that I'm not sure why anybody would want to do that. But one of the things that you could have trample all over your city was Godzilla, or something that represented Godzilla at the time. Well, when Nintendo got a hold of it, they switched out Godzilla for Bowser, so it would be Bowser that would trample through your city instead. I had read something about if you get like 500,000 citizens in your city, then you can get like a little like Mario statue to kind of stick in the middle of your city. Squirrel! Squirrel! What's going on, cuz? About to start some SimCity. Because I just finished Resistance Retribution on the PS4 last Thursday, and it stressed me the hell out. So I wanted something that was going to be a lot more chillaxed. So that's what we're going with, is this one. So I don't know how many different changes and how much of a difference there is between this version in like the original Amiga and Macintosh versions, but still, this should be a good time anyways. Real quick, just as a forewarning, I have not played a lot of SimCity, especially this one. When I was younger, I had SimCity 2000 for the PlayStation, but even that one I didn't play all that much. We kind of got more into The Sims, you know, being able to make the people, make the houses, stuff like that. SimCity didn't get a whole lot of love. So when it comes to SimCity and how you're actually supposed to build your cities and what you're supposed to be doing, I don't have a clue. I have no idea what I'm doing. So we're going to jump in and we're going to try to build a city. And what's nice, I think, is about this one is, again, like I said, it's going to be a lot more relaxed. That should give me a lot of time to kind of just chat with everybody and just have a good night. So, all right, start. I do have one city that I was messing with, but at the Comic-Con. So Squirrels, when is that Comic-Con going on? So I select a scenario. I don't know what these are. Tokyo Monster Attack, Rio de Janeiro coastal flooding in 2047. Okay, so I think you can actually pick one of these, and it'll have a city already set up for you, and this scenario, whatever the scenario is, would have already happened, and part of what you have to do basically is fix it, I think, is what's supposed to be going on there, if I have that correct. Do Detroit? I don't really want to do that. I don't want to mess with Detroit in real life, let alone in a video game scenario, but I did want to just start a new city, start from scratch, and just kind of build some stuff up. So we're going to hit this, and you got several different options here as we're loading. There we go. So, oh, this is different. Never mind. Hold on. This is like different save files and stuff that you can do or something. So, I actually have to, and now that it's doing what it's doing. Hold on. Wait. Or is that a different map? Is that... You mean to tell me there's... Is that a different map, or is that... What is that? Yeah, that must be a different map. So you mean to tell me there's 999 different, like, maps you can choose from? Is that a thing? Okay, no, that's fair. Then, Suave. Different seeds for each number you pick. Seeds, what is that? I don't know what that is either. What do you mean by different seeds? Yeah, okay, so there legitimately is like 1,000 different maps then, is what you're saying. That is ridiculous. Alright, Suave, if you're there, Squirrel said I ought to have you pick a random number. So, why don't you pick me a number, and that's the map we're gonna be doing. I can't believe that's wild to me that there's 1,000 different maps in this game. That is crazy. All right, Suave's thinking about it. $7.16. Okay. Oh, today's date? Okay, that's fair. What is it gonna look like? What do we got? Okay. So we got a couple of rivers. We got a lake over there. Alright. That's not what I asked you to do. I guess it is. I just figured next would take me to the next screen. Oops. Excuse me. Let's turn that back and let's hit the correct button. Come on. Yeah. I kind of got that once I screwed it up. Enter the name of the city. So we have to name our city here. Now, this is also interesting because I don't know for a fact, mind you. I don't know what like an Amiga or a Commodore 64 and all that stuff really looks like right off the top of my head. I know I've probably seen them. But this, like the keyboard, the logo here in the top left corner and all that, Grimtown, okay? But kind of reminds me of, I think, what probably one of these old systems kind of would have looked like. I don't think I'm going to have enough letters. I'm not. Nope. One letter short. They want me to name the city, but they only give me literally 8 letters to do it. Yeah, what you know about that Rush Hour 2? Need a name. Need a name for the city here. Grimberg? No, okay. Yeah. Alright. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, we got easy, medium, and hard, and basically, do you want money to start building your city? Do you want a little bit of money to help build your city, or start your city, or do you want no money to start your city? Essentially is what they're saying here. So, well, I need some money, right? I mean, you gotta be able to build something to start out with. So, we're gonna do it. Yeah, no. Give me something. You can give me a sandbox with basically no money. Alright, so thought there was a way that I can zoom out. And it might be up here. Nope, that's wanting to zoom in. Can I not zoom out any further? I thought I could. Well, anyway, so this is our map. Grimtown? I do not. That's not a thing. Alright, so this is January of 1900. So I swear there's got to be a way to zoom out. I guess there just isn't. Oh, now I'm demolishing things, and I didn't mean to. Need more commercial... Yeah, I know, I'm working on it. Damn. Well, we're gonna need some residential stuff. I don't know, should we build next to the rivers? I don't know where a good spot would be to... My power plant? I haven't put one yet. I'm kind of just scoping out this map here. Then maybe the power plant should, like, just be off to the side somewhere. Right? Most likely. Much of a power plant. Maybe a river wheel. No. We got a full industrial-sized, you know, nuclear power. Or coal power. So, nuclear power plant for 5,000, which, you know, that's already a third, basically, of what I got already to start with. That's unimmersive. Yeah, negative review on Steam. Yeah, beat you to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we should even start at, in all honesty. Yeah, again, I know nothing about, like, there's probably certain ways to go about this. You know what? Nuclear power plant, right there. Just because. We'll start maybe doing some residential areas out here, maybe. Right along the water. You know, riverfront property. You've never played... Really, I'm surprised by that. With how many games you got, how many different... you know, yeah, how many different games you got, how many different games you've played. You've never played this. That's wild to me. Alright, so we got some residential areas there. Now, they need power. We'll get them power here in a minute. We need some industrial areas. Which game can Bowser destroy your city? That's this one. Bowser can wreck your world in this version of the game because Bowser is a Nintendo thing. And so, since this is on the Nintendo, they decided to replace Godzilla with Bowser. So that's this one. SimCity 2000 on PC. Okay. Yeah, again, I had the SimCity 2000 for PS1, but didn't really play it all that much. All right. So let's do some like industrial stuff. Maybe we'll do that on the other side of the water here. Again, I don't know. This might all be a bad idea. You know, honestly, not really. And the only Godzilla I've ever really watched was that one that apparently is considered one of the worst Godzillas ever made. Japan completely disowned it and then even incorporated that version of Godzilla in one of their own and has had it demolished. And that's the one that came out in, what was it, like 98 or something like that? Alright, so we've got some industrial stuff going on there. Let's see here. Some city stuff, some commercial stuff. We'll say that's maybe out here. Well, let's see. Actually, I need some roads. Godzilla -1 on Netflix. Okay. What's Godzilla -1? Ain't that like an anime thing? I thought I saw something about that. Alright, some roads there. And actually, since we got roads there, we're going to do roads there. And we'll just do another section of residential areas on this side of the road. There we go. So there's our first street with residential areas. We got some industrial stuff over here. So let's say no, it's the current Godzilla movie. Oh, okay. Just for a reason. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do that right there. Oh, see, we've already went through an entire year already and haven't even done anything. We've got to set our tax rate. We got to send certain amount of funds to our transportation routes, our roads, and whatever else, and our police and our fire. I'm not worried about all that right now. No, you're getting nothing right now because we don't even have people yet. So I'm not spending any money on nothing like that right this minute. But yeah, a whole year's gone by already, and we don't even have people yet. So, we need some more roads to kind of linking these things. Just right along the water. Okay, I guess that'll work. I guess that's fine. Roads deteriorating due to lack of funds. What do you mean? I just built them. Those are Midwest roads if I've ever heard of them. Okay, we might loop that back around to this other side, but we actually gonna add some commercial areas around here too. So let's do hell. We'll just put these off out here somewhere, I guess. We'll just build around it later. Again, I don't know if this is a good setup or not. This is probably awful, in all honesty, because I probably just don't know what I'm doing. More roads required. Duh. Okay, just start making a little grid here, you know? And we'll do some more here. Look at that little piece of the road deteriorate already. I just laid the damn thing down. What is that, the Chip and Seal Road? What a bunch of horse. I would love to do some kind of gaming podcast. Ain't even gonna lie. The time to do it, though, is partly my problem. Because I don't have a whole lot of time to do much of the other stuff. Ever had three? Have you ever have a 3 Twix of Tears candy bar? No, but you told me about them. You told me how they're awesome. You know, at one time, he and I, we wanted to start one, and I think you actually even did one with him, if I'm not mistaken. But like none of those episodes ever came out, unfortunately. And there was a couple good ones, as far as I recall. We'll just have these guys go right through the trace, because why not? Well, we need some power lines. How much time? There's niente, dude. Niente is right. Ain't got diddly jack. So here's our power lines. Connect power to that set of residentials right there. I think just one. Whoop. We'll connect all the rest of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and we already got some homes already starting to come up. Right? We'll have to discuss it for sure. Oh, look at the people climbing already. Hold on, we got to connect our commercial areas here. Right through this wooded area. Look at this. What? Hey, get out of here. Animal Crossing. That's one I've also never given a chance. I'm not really sure if it's just, you know, I'm not really sure exactly why, but I've never tried it, and I know nothing about it. So, all right, we gotta get power over here. So through connecting the residential to the industrial over here. Yeah, I'm getting it all hooked up. I'm working on it. So from the industrial area to over here then. I probably built this out way too far from each other. That's probably completely fair. See, these ones ain't flashing here no more. Those ones are, though. Oh, that's right, because they're not connected. Duh. There we go. Connect those. Yeah, dude! That's a Tommy boy. Lou, look at the commercial sections already popping right up. Look at that. But yeah, that's a Tommy boy reference. Way to go. I like that. Look at these fucking roads. Well, we're gonna have to fix that. I see. Okay. All right, let's give them their budget now. Now that we've got some things going on here. Okay, that's that. And then let me fix my roads. Because they're falling apart already. Well, okay, hey, so there's like little mayor guy. What the hell's going on with his goofy ass haircut? But yeah, we don't need him. Just throw some gravel down, be fine. All right, population of more than 2,000 people already. So congratulations, your village has become a town. Placing residential zones, industrial zones, commercial zones in balanced numbers will help your city grow. Good to know. Now let me build my roads, please. Stop talking to me. Alright, all the roads up there look fine. Alright, so where were we at? Oh, hold on. Bigger than the town I live in, I bet. Probably. Most likely it is. Where would you like to build your own house? I get to build my own house. That's right. I remember doing that before. Do you want to live near the residents of your city, or do you want to build your house in a secluded area away from the congestion? Remember, another election is just around the corner. So, I get to build my own house. My house is gonna go somewhere. You know what? I want beachfront property. That's what I want. Right there. And now I need power. Need power. There. Power to my house. Yeah, I want to live by myself. I don't want to be around these people. Well, we're up to 4th. Okay, so, well, there goes another year. We have no police and fire funds because, well, we have no police stations or fire stations yet. We probably ought to do that, in all honesty. But we gotta start paying attention to some things already. Previous funds, we've got taxes collected, special income, niente, zero, and city expenses is 158. So by the taxes that we collect, it's not gonna be much, but the tax rate is only at 7%. So we'll go one more year. Everything is by the river. Grab a bucket, bruh. Start hauling that washer. Yeah, I probably spaced this out way too far. And roads are falling apart. Hold on. Hold on. I see there's going to be a lot of that. Danhausen's going to be there. I think I started seeing it. You already have the some of the posters and stuff coming out for that already, don't you? I think I might have seen something about that. I recall seeing something about that. Whoa! We're up to 5,000 people. We can have a marina. We can have a stadium. Oh, it's a seaport. Excuse me. So, yeah, fix the roads. Always got to be fixing the damn roads. Okay. Residential areas are building up. A little bit, anyway. Industrial is kind of going back and forth. Both of my commercial and industrial are going down. See, on the top right-hand corner, the red is up. The other ones are down. So I don't know. Again, maybe they're too far apart. I mean, I suppose that's a definite possibility. Woo, look at the traffic. Holy crap. Look at all these people on my road. You little ants. Get all these people off my road, man. Alright, what we probably also ought to be doing, realistically, is this here to minimize some of that congestion. Yeah, something like that. Put a seaport in the lake. Yeah, that's how they got to be able to, you know, because these idiots, right, you know, in the shipping industry, and since I deal with that all the time, I know exactly what I'm talking about. These idiots, instead of taking, like, a truck or something and, like, shipping stuff from here and going straight down the road, they would do some stupid-ass stuff where they would put it in the sea on a boat, ship it to this road, and then have them go all the way around. That's kind of how that would work, I'm guessing. Let's, go around the lake. Somebody's daddy owns the lake. I'm not really sure. Well, again, I have no fire department and none of that stuff yet, but I don't know exactly what else I should be doing at the moment. Yeah, I probably should not have done that way out there. Like, that's a lot of wasted money, all these power lines, all this extra road. But I had read at some point something about, like, keeping power plants and keeping that kind of stuff away from residential areas because, like, the people would start complaining about pollution and whatnot. See, look at all this commercial area, man. Prime early estate. Maybe I don't have enough residential areas. Maybe that's a thing. So let's do this. Yeah, just knock out all the trees and all that. Who needs it? I'm gonna just put people near my house because I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Alright. Power. Power. Inadequate rail system. I didn't know I needed one. Yep. Seclusion's gone. I should have put myself way over here. That's what I should have done. Like, where's the mayor of this town live? Oh, he's 4 counties over. Mass transit. See, there's the... Oh, you know what? I don't think you actually need... I don't think you actually need... an actual, like, railway station. I think once you just put up the tracks, they just kind of do their thing, I think. Now, I don't know. Well, let's see here. Oh yeah, see, the train just shows up. Oh, and we're done with another year. We're just gonna leave that stuff alone. Just keep on going for now. Yeah, he's over there. Let's, look at this 90-degree angle. You mean to tell me that train's gonna be able to just do that, I guess, huh? I'm guessing it is. Watch. Ew. I don't know any train that can do that. Okay, I don't think that's realistic. Let's have actually, I don't know if that... Can the train actually go over that? Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. Citizens demand a fire department. You start demanding stuff. Oh, a population of more than 10,000 people. Your town has now officially become a city. Solve any transportation dilemmas and reduce the crime rate to keep your citizens happy in the city growing. Yeah, dude, send it. Let's just watch that that train go through there. Well, we'll leave some of that section open in case we want to do more residential things there or something. Beardson, if he's down to podcast. The only thing about, I'm assuming you're talking about Suave, and I don't want to speak for him, but there's, you know, that there's an issue of, you know, how far away he is, transportation, and time, you know, in all honesty. I mean, again, I would love to do something like that. Let's see here. Alright, let's also do... Well, I shouldn't have done that, probably, but I am. And we're here now, so... This is probably a horrible setup, technically speaking, for a city. I don't care. It's mine. It's Grimberg. It's looking pretty grim, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so industrial is up. Residential's going down. Yeah, again, I would love to be able to... Because I think it'd be cool, right? To just sit down, talk about... The thing that Nick and I were trying to do at one point is... You know, we'd have, you know, a game in mind. We'd have it all hooked up, and we'd pick a topic, like whether it be... Excuse me. The topic of just multiplayer. And the fact that it's... Like, just all online multiplayer and stuff now. It's just a sign of the times. It is what it is. But, you know, like, where's the couch co-op and all the different things that came with that? You know, learning how to just, you know, talk to people face to face. And, you know, you could rib somebody, you know. The citizens can... Hold on a minute. I'm talking. But, you know, to actually just have to deal with somebody next to each other, you know, instead of, you know, having somebody come at you on a headset or something, talking a bunch of smack and not getting smacked in the mouth for it as they probably should with some of these people, the way they talk on some of that online shit. You know, it's, but, like, crime's very high now, so now the people are pissed. But, and then, you know, then we'd be able to plug the game in, play it, you know, and have some fun with it, stuff like that. Like, I would really like to do something like that. Oh, that's already right next to the power lines. I didn't need it to be... Are you yanking out the controllers? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but... I don't know. It's just, there's something... Well, the citizens are starting to demand a bit. You're lucky you got homes to live in, okay? You stop screen peeking. Right. Screen peeking. When you see this screen here, divide that up into a 4 on a screen as big as my webcam screen here. Yeah, but don't screen peek. Oh, okay. Alright, there. Police department and fire department, okay? We're starting to get some people driving around on the roads up here now. Oh, these are going to town, so that's good. Some of that residential stuff is not... This stuff over here, and it's probably because it's closer to the commercial areas. So, we might have to do some other commercial stuff down here, potentially. I may have really messed that up. Probably should be building them, like, kind of in tandem. Most likely. Again, I don't really know. I'm sure there's a strategy to this, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. South Grimberg must be the Gazoo. Yeah. You don't go to that section. You know, you're getting closer to the power plant, and you don't want to be there. God, this is just all over the place. Look how congested this area is. Yeah, build up some of these vacant lots. What are y'all doing? All right, but we are up to 16,000 people. So, yeah, I can't build a stadium or nothing right now. Because I need, like, I think it's like $3,000 or something for that. I kind of went a little build happy and wasn't paying attention to my money there for a minute. Well, it's time to bump taxes up. Let that money roll in. $17,000 people. Going up. We're in the middle, the middle of the year. We're in June. Some kid king somebody's copy of Twisted Metal 2. I wonder who did that. One of my favorite games when I was younger. Which is funny, because going back now, playing Twisted Metal 2, that game's tough, man. That game's a lot tougher than I remember it being. The graphics aren't that great. The cars handle like you're trying to drive a brick of soap. I mean, they just wasn't as enjoyable as I remember. Whoa, that is not what I wanted to do. Now that's a bunch of money that... Damn it! Oops. SimCity Savings and Loan. SimCity Savings and Loan would like to build a branch office in this city. I hear they offer low-interest loans for city improvements. Sounds like a steal. I mean, a deal. So now we can build a bank. And get even more money. So, right where I just demolished that, may be a good area to put a bank. You know? There we go. Okay, sure. We are happy to offer $10,000 low-interest loans to those who wish to improve their community. Your payments will be $500 a year for the next 21 years. Would you like to take out a loan? I don't know if I want to do that right this minute. There we go. Get some power to over there. Yeah, now the bank's got power. Now we got bank. We got people. Residents demand a stadium. Well, residents, I demand money. Because we can't get a stadium without the cash, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So we got 20,000 people. And growing. So that's good. And they are pissed about this stadium. They want it bad. Well, whenever we do have the money for that, where should we put it? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where we should put a stadium. Not really sure on that. Let's see. In your game, man. What was wrong with him? Maybe he took a horseshoe to the head at a really young age. Okay. So, I mean, do we really need to get into the context of all that? You know, because I recall somebody walking underneath it as I just tossed it up in the air. That's how I recall it. But, you know, some other kid just wasn't watching where he was going. You know, didn't see this big hunk of steel falling out of the sky. Okay, you know what? We might make them all mad. But, 20% in, tax rate for the next year. I was 3 years old. Citizens that are upset about the tax rate being too high. Hey, I'm trying to build your stadium. I could just get that loan, but it'll just be for a year. 20% tax for a year. You know, give us some money. We'll get you a stadium. Maybe. Traffic jam. Traffic is clogging. They're upset, and the population levels are rising. Good time to introduce your mass transit. I already got some mass transit going on, guys. Look, they're all over here and not over here. That sounds like a them problem. That's right. Takes taxes to build stuff. Speaking of, like, all these people in these little areas here, you got all this other road, people. Why don't you drive on it? It might be a good time. I don't know. What do I know? Whoops, I guess I don't need all these different roundabouts and whatever else is going on there. There we go. Look, now they're not going to drive on any of that. You guys are idiots. Probably because I couldn't get the road close to here, I'm guessing. We might need to demolish that and maybe redo it. Potentially. Railroads blocking traffic? I don't think so. I thought that, that there was, actual, like, railroad crossings in those roads. I thought. Maybe that's a thing? But the railroads, I thought, also needed to be near things to, you know, for the people to get them around. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure. There may be again some different things about the way the game actually works and functions that I don't understand and don't know about. Suppose that's a thing. Yep, residential, the commercial, and the industrial are all going down. We're down to 12,000 people. and dropping. Where is, where is the train? Is that what happened? The train went in the water? Oh, apparently there's a tunnel there because it just came out the other side. That's good to know. Well, so that works. Neat. Alright, so we're in September now. Couple more months. We've dropped our population down to less than 10,000 people. Because of the taxes. I'm guessing it's because of the taxes. Well, that's what they get for being near my house. Yeah, there's got to be something about, like, the road systems and how you actually place things that I just don't understand. But, hey. Alright, so that only gave us... Well, that didn't give us much. So... Well, we'll get this back down. Let's actually do no taxes. See what that does to the population. Does that bring it up? I would imagine it would. No taxes. None. You ain't getting your stadium right now, but let's see what that does as far as the population. And the industrial should skyrocket. Businesses and industries. No taxes? Build the shops! About the Grimberg Tea Party. Yeah, it's all right here in this lake. Alright, let's get the people back. Yeah, look at those residential areas coming right back. See what that does. Look at that. Brand new resident. Look, in the matter of moments, entire skyscrapers going up. That's what you get for having no taxes. Like, shoot, build everything. Yeah, they don't have homes. They got condos. Amusement park or casino? Park or casino for your city. The amusement park will attract people to the nearby zones, while the casino will bring more money to the city. Well, we need more money to the city, so let's go casino. And, 100? Alright. You know what? Put the casino right next to the bank. Absolutely. Well, since it's connected to the bank, yeah, it should already have power going to it. So let's bring in that money to the city there, guys. Amusement park would have been cool. I would have preferred the amusement park. But we kind of need money. Look at these industries just going to town. I can't even tell you what this one is like compared to like SimCity 2000. I was a kid when I had that one for the PS1. Wasn't that, I want to say that was even a 2-disc game, I think. I don't remember that to be 100% fact, but I seem to remember that being one of the real thick dual disc cases that I had for that. And but I just don't really remember playing it all that much. They still want their damn stadium. Look here, guys. Well, we're back up to 22,000 people. So the special income, which I'm guessing is from the casino, is now going to give us 300. So let's go with the 10 for the taxes. Let's maybe drop this to 50%. You guys deal with 50% of your budget. And actually, you guys deal with 50% of your budget. No, that's police. Let's do 75, and then fire will do 50% of their budget. See if we can make some money there. Because after the expenses, we lost money that year, technically speaking. Yeah, and they want a stadium. You gotta pay taxes, people. So we're gonna watch for an entire year as these people demand that. Whatever. Well, if the stadium's the only thing they're complaining about, I guess we're doing okay for a minute. Well, now, what? My commercial area? Yeah, now my commercial area is going back down again, which I don't understand. What do you people want? Industrial seems to be doing okay. They seem to be doing fine down there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Roads? I guess I have to always leave the roads. And leave all of their funding alone. Because look at this. Crime's very high. Ah! My roads! My transportation! I mean, that's definitely got to go, be going on around here. Because most of our roads around where I live are junk. So they must just not be getting the funding, I'm going to have to assume. Well, we're sitting at 21,000 people, and now the residents are going down, too. What? Roads are deteriorating because of lack of funds? Oh, good grief. Alright, you know what? You know what? Here. Fine! Take it! Crime is up, so back that back up. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. There. I want to see no more bad roads or broken railroad tracks. Tired of seeing that. Wow, that's a lot of people. Crime is very high. Well, we do have a lot more people. So what if we did another police station right there? Yeah, there's another $500 gone. I'm down to less than $1,000. We about to go bankrupt already. What do you mean roads to oh, you know what? That whole thing with the funds. That might not kick in again until the following year. So we might just have to deal with that till the end of the year, potentially. Residential and commercial zones are failing. Only the rich. Man. I bumped up the taxes like 2%, and they're mad about that? People are leaving? They crying about a stadium. How can I give you a stadium if the city has no money, people? You know what? Matter of fact, I can take out that $10,000 loan, but we'll have to pay that back over 21 years. I mean, is that really worth it? I really don't know. Okay. Okay, that's true. Yeah, but at that point, though, like, if this is 1907, all these smokestacks, these nuclear power plants, all this other stuff, that should not be a thing. I'm actually glad they can go underwater like that. That's actually kind of neat. Fire department doesn't need any funding. Where's there been fires? I haven't seen a single one. Oh yeah, just throwing away a bunch of money repairing all these roads. Alright, we need this year to start over. 20 bucks in 1907 is $6.68 today. And we need more industrial zones. How do you expect that? Huh? Y'all want all these things. Okay, well, let's drop that back down to 7. That seems to be an okay number. There's a, well, you know what? We'll go 8. That is pretty wild. Alright, so you know what? We're just gonna do it. Yup. Give us money. Because that way we can build our stadium. And then we can build... and then we can build our, industrial zones. Stadium is 3,000. Well, yeah, because of the things in the way. So we're gonna have to fix that. Alright. Stadium. Yay! Yay! Right, there's that. There's that. And then, we'll go... You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. And we'll just eliminate that. Well, we'll just leave that section abandoned for now, I guess. Oh, stadium needs power. Yeah, that's probably a thing. Share it with the bank. Yeah, it's amazing that, you know, how much money is how much, you know, back then is how much it would be today. It blows my mind. It really does. It's obnoxious. What the hell? Fire department doesn't need any funding. Again, I still haven't seen a single fire. Not one. Yeah. 50 cents to fill up your car. Yeah. Okay. If only, right? Now 50 cents don't get you a pack of gum. Alright, you said you want more industrial areas or something, right? And power. Now, that's the thing. I think we can actually speed this up. Yeah. Speed it way up. And then we'll fly through maybe a couple years. You know? Why are my residents going down so much? Because that what? That 1% in taxes? That 8 compared to 7? Get out of here. I'm starting to go back up now, I think. A zoo. The children of the city need some form of entertainment. How about building a zoo so they can learn all about animals? The income from the zoo will be added to the Well, I like that. Could care less about the zoo, per se. But, the idea that money is nice. So, zoo? I guess we'll just go there. And... power line to there, and there. You're all set. A baboon is he needs money. Right. Exactly. Who's gonna teach these kids value of $1? Need to spend some money. Need to give it over to the city so that we can do other things. Alright, so commercial and industrial areas are not as strong. Alright, what is the deal here? So... you know what? Let's do 5. 5%. And I don't want to hear no more complaints, and I want to see the number of these people go up. That's what I want. The more people, even at 5%, should mean more money. Compared to less people at 7. So, work with me, people. Okay? We need businesses booming. We need people to come to our city. Spend your money at the casino. At this glorious stadium you wanted so bad. There we go. 25,000 people. Yeah, look at these places building up. You know, this game, I'm pretty sure that you could probably consider it like one of like the original like simulation games, right? And now look how many simulator games are out there these days. There's a simulator game for literally about everything. And I find it kind of crazy that I feel like it kind of started with this. They are saying they need electricity over here. Now, why is that? Do we not have enough power going to the city? Oh, they just might have had like a power outage or something. Yeah, power washing simulator. Oh, that's your favorite? I've never tried that one, mind you. But there's a simulator for everything. Besides something like this and like your Sims and stuff like that, the only other simulator that I've played in recent years is Motorcycle Mechanic Simulator, which I thought was good. I thought had potential, but certain aspects of it were extremely detailed. Other aspects, no detail whatsoever. And yeah, it was cool, but let's see here. Previous file. So you mean to tell me that I'm not collecting enough taxes to even cover the city expenses? We're gonna have to go back up to the 7 at least, people, or something. You know, nope, we're gonna leave it. Because of the special income, we're still getting money, so, like, it'll take a little while. It'll take a little while, but we're building some funds up. Just let it ride out a little bit. Ride out. Take a stroll through Steam, and you'll find that are dudes. Dude? Yeah. You go down a somewhat disturbing rabbit hole with the simulator games going through Steam. It's somewhat concerning, actually, in a way. The fact that not only that it exists, but the fact that somebody had to come up with that shit. You know, on top of it. Like, this was the brainchild of somebody. You know? We won't talk about a majority of the buyer, but dude, it's insane. It really is. Alright, it looks like we're teetering in that high 20,000 range. And commercial's dying. Why? Why? What's the problem? Look, your taxes are low. You've got all of this land, all these properties. You got a casino, and most importantly, you have a zoo. What more do you people want? Traffic jam. You want roads. Well, when you're all over here and no one's over here, what do you want? I don't know where I could possibly build more roads around these things. I really don't. I'll have to start building roads here along the water on this side, apparently. You know what? I wanted to give you guys A1 prime real estate around the water, and you didn't want it. You would rather have roads. So guess what you're getting now? There. Traffic jam on... Yeah, look at that spread out. And then congest all over again. Up to fine... We've cracked 30,000 people. It could be better, I would think, by this time. But it could definitely be worse. 31,000. Alright. We're moving right along. We probably need more roads through here to unclog some of this. There. Roads. There. Roads. And all these people swarming around my house. Alright. So, taxes collected, 12,000. A little bit, just a few dollars more than the city expenses. And then with our special income. So, the special income is really the only income that's really coming in. We're gonna bump that back up to the standard 7. See how mad they get then, how many people we lose. Probably go back down to 15,000. We are now in 1911, guys. Only about a year off from when the Titanic sinks. Speaking of Titanic, I did see some kind of a game that was either in development. I don't know if it's ever gotten released or anything. But I believe it was for VR, and you could, like, walk around the Titanic, the inside, the outside on the decks. You could go through the entire thing. And I don't recall, but I thought there was something about, like, actually having to try to escape, like, once it's sinking or something. And I think that in VR would be pretty wild. It's on the PlayStation Store. Is it really? So it is out. I've seen something about it. Yeah, so maybe it's the same one. I don't know. But it's like, I had seen like some kind of article about it at one point, and then never seen or heard anything else about it. Yep, we're back down to 27,000 people and dropping. These people are stingy. Sinking simulator is free. I told you, there's a simulator for everything, man. I swear, if I get like on Steam or something like that, right? I'd find the Road Warrior Hawk Booker Flicking Simulator. I'm sure that's probably a thing somewhere. If you have a Quest, I've got MetaQuest 2. I haven't got the newest one, but I don't really even play the third one, the one that I have all that much. I would like to get some more games for it, for sure. But with all the games that I'm trying to buy for all this, you know, I've got a list currently right now. Not that one I'd buy. The Road Warrior Hawk Poker Flicking Simulator. Ooh. Prepare to be flicked. But yeah, I have that MetaQuest 2. And that's right. What I was saying was there's a list currently that I have here on my PC that currently has $330 or so worth of games on it that I would like to get to be able to not only just play but stream and do all that kind of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff. So it's like I don't have the money to play a bunch and buy a bunch of games on the MetaQuest. And to be honest, I'm not really extremely impressed with the library of what I saw on there to start with. I mean, I know that I think you can also buy, like, different... Epic has free games every month, okay? And then, like, I think Steam, right, there's a bunch that are VR compatible, and I know that at one point, Nick, my buddy, he hooked up the headset to the computer, and then also had a steering wheel hooked up to the computer, and I played a round of, I think it was Project Cars, I think, was what he was having me play. And that was pretty wild. And his steering wheel also had the shifter. So you had to shift gears and all of that stuff while you were driving. It was completely, 3D. You got to look around inside the cars. You got to see the other cars off the side. And I was racing, like, old school cars, like from the 70s or 80s or something like that, around Daytona International Speedway. So that was pretty wild. But it's just the whole VR thing is just not something that I've really looked into all that much. I would like to, but it's a time and money thing. Guitar Hero, Move Craze. Let's try a game that plays like Guitar Hero. I feel like for quite a while it is going to be a novelty thing, but as the technology advances and the technology gets better, and they'd be able to do more with VR. I think that it really could be something. Only time's gonna tell on that. I don't... yeah, these numbers, we'll just keep that. Let's see here. If you like car games, look into Beam Steam for PC. BeamNG, I do know of that one. Suave actually has shown me quite a few things on it. And then at times, like at work or something when I'm bored, I'll sit there and I'll go through like YouTube and stuff, right, and just find different crash compilations and stuff that people have put together on that game and stuff, and I find that fairly entertaining. So I know of BeamNG a little bit. That game, that's one of those games I feel like I could put way too much time into. And maybe that's why I haven't really ever looked into it. Because I know, if I start playing that by the looks of things, there's going to be no stopping for me for a while. And I've got so many other games that I want to get to and play. It's kind of obnoxious how many games that is. Well, we're still only at 30,000 people. We don't seem to be improving on that number much. I wonder if I build some more like commercial zones, which that's currently going down, but other commercial zones maybe down here in this area, perhaps, you know, near these other residential areas. Let's just throw a couple down here just to see what happens. We'll link it to the police department. That way it's already got power and it's right here next to the roads. So we'll do that. See if that does anything for us. Alright, we got some traffic going on down here now. Is a game that you can put dozens of hours in and accomplish nothing. That's what I would be afraid of, in all honesty. You know, putting so much time into it, but, I mean, I don't know. With that game, I feel like I could have a blast with it for a while, but unless... he's not joking. You see, and accomplishing nothing... I don't know. I don't know how much I really could do that for how long. You know what I mean? Alright, why are we not growing here? Why is this city... Why is it halting? Get it and try it? What's the price on that these days? Style games these days. Yeah. Yeah, it's like my games have got to have like some kind of point to it, you know. All right. $30. Okay. If I had $30, in all honesty, I probably wouldn't spend it on that. I would end up getting one or two other games that are currently in my list for my consoles right now. There are a couple that I really want, and there's a few that are on the list. $24.99? Okay. But there's so many games on my list that I would like to start knocking some of those out and getting them here. There's a couple of them that I would like to stream relatively soon. Well, there's one game I would like to stream relatively soon, but I'd like to do two different versions of it in the same stream, so that way I can, you know, compare the two. I think that would be a lot of fun. But you know, yeah, it's I like my console games. You know, I don't know. I prefer playing on my consoles. I don't really play anything on my computer. What do you play? Maybe I can give you some ideas. Well, I play, as far as my consoles and stuff go, I play a little bit of everything. In that same list that I have a bunch of games, well, listed, I have all the different game streams that I've done, how many streams, yeah, again, PC, not really PC. I don't really mess with gaming on PC at all. My particular PC isn't terrible, but it's not going to play, especially modern games. Like if it's like a brand new thing on the PC, this computer's not going to do it. So I just like prefer sticking to my consoles. Yes, now Sir Whoop-Ass, you do need to do that one. My PC will at least play Sir Whoop-Ass, and that game was great. I don't care for emulators. That's just my own personal thing. I think I think it's because it takes me back to when I was a kid. Yeah, we're through another year already. Well, we're at least getting some funds. It takes me back to when I was a kid. I think it's just a simpler time. Didn't have any kind of real responsibility. Not really. And just coming home, putting a game in one of the consoles and firing it up. I don't know. I get a lot of pleasure having physical copies of things and being able to put them in my console. I love emulators because I'm broke. No, I understand. That I understand. Emulators can go a long way as far as, for budget reasons and things like that. Getting a lot of different, games and the like. Now, like Suave there, I know that one game that he's speedrun it a lot, which is Metal Gear: The Twin Snakes. Now, the fact that he actually does have a physical copy of it is irrelevant, because even if he didn't, to play the emulator, yeah, that works great, and it would just serve his purpose, instead of going out and having to pay $120, $130 for a copy of that game these days. I want a copy of it myself, but I want the physical discs, the physical game. That's just how I would like to have it personally. It's all in personal preference, and if there was a game, I suppose, that I really wanted to play bad enough that I could get on an emulator, I might not be 100% against it. But if they're games that I could get, and we got like some of these retro game stores everywhere around here. If I could go to one of those and find a copy of it for, $20 or something like that, then 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go that route instead, so that I have it in my collection. I just like the idea of collecting as well. I come to find out, I never really thought about that much several years ago, but I've started to get to a point where over on my shelf, and you can't see my shelf really, well, you kind of can, my shelf's over here, but I finally started getting games on my shelf that I've never even touched yet, and I've bought them several months ago, maybe even a year ago. They're on my list. I plan on playing them at some point, but I just like to be able to collect them. I like to be able to walk into one of these game stores, give them money, and walk out and have physical copies in my hand. There's something that gives me great pleasure about that. And it's just I don't know, just one quirk for me, I guess. All right, we're gonna start building some other things here in a minute. We're gonna let it go maybe another year or two while I keep chatting here. See, and the convenience, lack of space. I do more console runs if my GameCube could read disc properly. That's true too. There is issue with hardware, from time to time, unfortunately, and some of this hardware is getting harder to replace these days, not only because some of it getting harder to find, but it's getting harder to find in decent shape and at a reasonable price, some of them, GameCubes are one of them, I feel like. Kids recycling games was a way to get more games. Yeah, well, that was a thing, too. That, the collection that we would have, I would have probably, like, at least another one of these bookcases over here filled with games if we didn't get rid of a bunch of them over the years, because especially when we were younger, right? That's what you did. You traded in a stack of games this big, or even more. I mean, my view here is limited, but a very large stack of games in the Kroger bags. They were in the Kroger bags. And you would take them up there, you would trade them in, and you would get one or two more, different games, They might not even have been new games all the time, but they were new to us, just to play something different. That's just what we had to do, because we didn't have the money to, to do it any other way. So, thankfully, a lot of companies are making HD consoles. I've wanted to get one of those Atari 2600 Plus consoles. I really want an Atari 2600. I don't know why. I've never owned one in my life. So there's no nostalgia reason for me to get one, right? There's not. It's getting to be that almost that collector aspect. I want one just to have. I would like on stream here to have an Atari 2600, have a stack of 5-6 games, and over the course of a 2.5 hour stream, I'll just plug in a couple of different ones and just mess around, play some Atari games one night. I really want to do that. But my folks, well, Suave and I's folks, and, Squirrel is related also, my folks, recently, I took them to one of these game stores, and they had an original 2600. It was the 6-switch, even. I don't think it was the Fat Sixer. I think it was the Slim 6 switch. But anyway, they bought that. They bought the paddles. They got the joysticks. We went to another store after that, and they bought a stack of games. And they got it home, and the damn thing didn't work, unfortunately. They spent a couple $100 on this. And that was very disappointing, because they really wanted to play some Kaboom and some Centipede, and the only game that actually they got to work was Frogger, and it would only play for 3 seconds and it would cut back out. So I wasn't sure if it was all of those games were bad or if there was something wrong with the console itself. So I ended up taking that back, and he actually bought one of the 2600 pluses and got that home. And I think he said something about the controllers. The controller ports were really stiff. They didn't really feel like they wanted to fit in very well. And all of those different cartridges, they rattled around a lot. Like, they didn't fit in the cartridge slot too well. Maybe they were just like that. That was one thing. He said, I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember them being like this. So they didn't really get any of that really to work quite well as the way they wanted to either. And something might have been wrong with the paddles. They said that it was really jerky and everything, and they end up just taking it all back and sending it all back and just getting rid of it. So the only problem I see with trying to pick up a 2600 is, like, if I'm going to spend $150, $200, which I've been seeing them go for Marketplace these days for around $200. I go and spend that, and then what? I get it home and the damn thing don't work. Now I'm out $200. So I'm really leery about that. But if that 2600 plus isn't necessarily the greatest either, I don't know. Do I want to spend the money on that? I'm really not sure. Oh, that would be cool. I'd be down. Is it one of the new HD Atari Plus 2600, or is it one of the other like third-party consoles? Retron 77. Okay, I've heard of that one too. Okay. Hyperkin. Okay. Might have to look into something like that maybe too. But excuse me. Just I guess, collector that's growing, within my mind, in me, would love to actually just have one of the original ones. I like just having the original things. I would like to have an original, but might have to look at doing it that way someday, and just doing some Atari games that way maybe. All right, what can we do? We are stagnating at around 30,000 people. Not really sure why. I'm not sure what else to do as far as what we could do here. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this right here. We'll get some power there. Give me... some road there. Is my power getting stretched a little thin over here at the thing? I'm starting to see like different power outages at different times. Maybe that's also a problem. So what if we... 5,000 for another one? Against my better judgment, I probably didn't need to do that necessarily, but... Why is that saying like that needs power? Ain't that supposed to be producing my power? Okay. It's bedtime for me and I had a ton of Comic-Con stuff to make. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Squirrel, and hanging out for the these last almost 2 hours. It's good to hear from you, and we'll have to get together about some other things, some other ideas, and I know you got a bunch of stuff too that, you know, if I could maybe do some Atari stuff on here on stream one night, might have to hook that up too. So again, appreciate you stopping by, and we'll talk to you later. So yeah, okay, I'm still stagnating, and I don't know why. Not sure what the problem is here. It's like this area over here seems to be falling off for some reason. So what if, yeah, some residential areas right next to the stadium, because that probably makes a ton of sense. Okay, could have lined that up better, but kind of just doing things at this point. Not even gonna lie. Get a little neighborhood going here. You know? Get a little neighborhood going here. Hello? Amusement park or another casino will attract people to nearby zones, while casinos will bring more money. I still need more money, but you know what? We already have one casino. Let's do the amusement park first. Let's do this. We need some power here. That's a thing that has to happen. And an amusement park. Amusement park. Where to put that? You know what? Right down here. Hell with it. Yay! Okay. I didn't even put any roads through there. I don't know if I have to. And this is something I really should have looked into a lot more before doing this, because I'm sure that there's, you know, different things and different ways to do this that probably make more sense and are probably more efficient. I just don't know. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'll be the first to admit it here. All kinds of ways to build these, and oh, I'm sure. Again, there's got to be some kind of strategies about this that I don't know. Whoa, industrial section is booming over here. Maybe we need some more of that. Is there information? Some graphs. What do we got? I just been all up and down. Crime, 10 year, 120 years. Voice? Oh, is the mayor doing a good job? Well, we're right there in the middle about that. All right, bro. What are the worst problems? The traffic, the crime, housing costs, and taxes. Population. 27%. So traffic, crime, housing cost. So we're not doing great. Oh, okay. All right. There's density, power grid. Okay, so we actually look at a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. Totals? Totals of what? Oh. Commercial. Industrial. Maybe our industrial needs to go up, yeah? Power lines. Water area. Forest area. Park area. We have no parks. That's also a thing. We have no park area at all. So that's something I didn't even think about or consider. Okay. Traffic jam. Shut the hell up. Look at all these roads that y'all ain't even using. Okay? Let's see here. What if we do another row of industrial stuff here? It's on the back side. Go that route there. Alright, so they have power now. And already starting to build right up. Now, let's do maybe some more residential areas here. Okay. Yeah, just shooting in the dark at this point, so... all of that. Another amusement park or casino. Let's do another casino, because that's some more money for us. We'll put that right... we'll put that right... can't put that there. So... can you put a park by the residential area? Well, hello, and thank you for stopping by. I hope your night was good. I believe I can. I was actually getting ready to do a park until they told me I could do a casino. And the casino, which actually we'll just stick right down here, will bring me more money to the city, which we desperately need. We probably shouldn't have put that there, because that's not getting built up at all. That was probably pointless, most likely. So let's see if we can do parks. And we'll do some parks all along here. Some park-type area next to all these other trees and everything. Maybe stick some in these two little sections there. Well, yeah, everything's dying because, oh, we're in September. Right. Oh, look at all the traffic just pile in over here. We are currently now up to 37,000 people. So, it's building. It's coming along. I think it's coming along. Let's do, oh, nope, that's being built up now. Okay, so there's people going in there. Yeah, I didn't even think about some of the park stuff. I should have, you know, let's put maybe some parks right in here. Little section, because I can't put any other buildings or nothing in there. Let's see here. Whoops! Oh, okay. So now we're starting to make some money. We got $900 for special income. We've got $2,000 in taxes. And, yeah, so we're bringing some money in now. So yeah, now we're at 6,100. This whole area of the map that we haven't touched yet, and this whole other half that we haven't done anything with yet. So actually, you know what? I'd probably maybe even start building up a whole nother section, like over here, and then connect them by a bridge. Actually, I can just keep going south too, though. So 42,000 people currently. Residential sections are going up over there. Okay. These commercial sections are going up right there. Let's maybe do some kind of park right in here-ish. Again, I can't really put anything else there anyway. Maybe a little square of park right there. And there. And there, next to these residential areas there. Traffic jam. What the hell do you mean? Look at all these damn roads. Can maybe do something. Maybe with my train system around these other. Whoops, around my. Right through here. Maybe. Around those sections, kind of square them off. Hey, Suave, you're back. So I don't know what else these people want. Again, I could start building, like, maybe over here across the river, maybe. But, yeah, there's, like, this whole half of the map we haven't even touched yet. None of it. And then, like, this whole other square of this, we haven't touched basically 2/3 of this map yet. Yeah, we're up to 40,000, but, people are complaining a lot. And so I'm trying to figure out, like I can't expand too much more this way, so I'm gonna have to expand in other directions. And these residential areas are getting close to the industrial, which I think, if I'm correct, if that's the case, then they start complaining, the people start complaining about pollution and things. So, not sure if we really want to do that, necessarily. So what if we start putting some other residential areas right along the water down here? There'll be some lake, you know, some waterfront properties over here. Alright, so there's that. We're gonna do a bridge right across. Boop! There we go. We're gonna do power lines. Can they go right over the water? They can. That's neat. Well, it looks like they're going under the water. Probably technically speaking. Well, I guess I didn't need that extra one. That was pretty stupid. Get rid of that one altogether. We do need power here, however. Got all this foresty area. Oh, check that out. It's a drawbridge. Didn't know that this game did that. Amusement park or casino. Let's do another casino, and we're gonna put it right over here in this residential area. Because why not? They're special, they get their own casino. No, they don't. I don't think I want that there. Hello? Alright. Interrupting what I'm doing here. Yeah, no, we're just gonna do another casino right there because why not? Yeah, that's cool that the bridge is actually a drawbridge. That's kind of neat. There's no boats or nothing going through there, but a library. Why don't you build a library for the increasing number of school kids? I'm sure it will help improve their grades. Sure, let's do a library. Why not? We'll do the library, say, oh, I don't know, right here on this end of town. This will start to be my little, like, suburb area, I guess. Start building, like, little cul-de-sacs and stuff, you know? There you go. So I got a library. Some residential areas popping up there. Fire departments need funding. I have yet to see a single fire, though, guys. I still have not seen that. Your funding must be just fine. Just saying. Alright, now let's do all this wooded area. If we do, let's say we traffic jam, shut up. Alright, let's say we do that, maybe? This whole design is getting worse and worse. Stuff's just everywhere. Because what I was gonna do was, like, square off a section, a bunch of residents. Turn all of this, instead of, like, forest, big garden. Park area in there. Oh, wow, yeah, that's looking terrible. Just mow it all down and start over. You know what? Here in about 20 minutes, when I was planning on ending this anyway, I think it'll be time to just start, you know, turning on the, you know, the natural disasters and just let it take its course. Yeah. I think you actually have to have some of these sections, like, kind of together in order for them to thrive together. So I wasn't originally going to do that, but that's what's happening now. No, none of those are on yet. I haven't turned any of them on. I think that's all right here. Yeah, disaster. So, oh, that might be why there might not be any fires. So you got, what, plane crashes. They still got what looks like Godzilla, but again, it should be Bowser in this one. You got the tornadoes, tsunamis, you know, so it's probably earthquakes. A nuclear power plant in the middle of the residential area. Yeah, complete and utter meltdown, you know. The works. And we still can't seem to break this, like... You know what? go 4% in the taxes. And see if we can just get the people to come. Grimberg might look a little grim soon. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's gonna be pretty slim. I did see something here, though. Where was it? Yeah, map. And check this out. This breaks down all types of stuff. So residential areas, that's all in red. That's where all that stuff is. It breaks down all your roads. You can kind of get a better understanding and idea of what you're doing with the map size. But then you can also go, what is this? Oh, land value. Okay. So a lot of this land value here that doesn't have a lot, not that great. But this is where all the industrial stuff is. That is doing fantastic. What do we got? This is crime rate. Oh, crime rate over here in the industrial section is awful. Just awful. And then over here, oh. Maybe that's part of our problem. Maybe that's why we don't have so many people. Ooh, capital. Population of more than 50,000 people. Congratulations, your city has become a capital. All eyes are on you now, so it's time to show your stuff. Build airports and seaports to improve your commercial and industrial zones. Ooh. I don't have enough money for an airport. That's not a thing. A seaport, though. 5 grand. Whoop. Hold on. Scale model of the city. You have been given a scale model of your city. You can see it using view in the information window. Information view. I mean, I see what they were going for here with this, but you literally only, gave me, like, a border around the map that I'm already using. So that's my scale model of the city. Neat. A seaport. Let's put a seaport in here. No? It won't let me do that? Oh, and I can put it there for some reason. Okay, whatever. Whatever. We need power going to it. So there's the seaport. I think Greenland value is bad. Well, maybe it is. That's definitely possible. I don't really know. Police department. Let's put one of them there. We got a police department over there. Let's put one maybe over here. Try to get these crime rates down, and then maybe then we could get more people also. Oh, that's already connected, so I don't need power line there. Need a power line here, though. So that police department is good there. Fire department needs funding. Nope, we don't have that turned on, so we ain't got to worry about that. We might have to worry about it here in a few minutes, though. Playing a newer version of SimCity several years ago, and I swear I had to put a fire department, police department on every block. Yeah, so, there's, probably different things with that, too, where so much population in a certain area, and you have to have so much law enforcement for so many people in those sections or areas or something. Again, I don't really know. But Wow, look at all of this mess. Oh, people are using the bridge. That area blew the hell up with all these people around here. 55,000 people currently. So I guess I'm not doing too bad, you know, necessarily. Traffic jams, you can kiss my ass. Oh, actually, probably should do something maybe with Oh, hello. You know what? Let's drop this down to 2%. Just to see if we can get a whole bunch more people to come in. Crime's very high. I already just put in 2 brand new police departments. I don't know what you want from me. Park area there. $56,000 people. Okay, well, guess we did okay. Industrial area over here is going swell. Yeah. Click. Click. So, as much as the industrial area is doing well, these sections, these 3 plots should go up real quick, I would think. Requires an airport. Yeah, well, I need a lot of money for that, and I have no money for the airport. So that's not happening right now. And I don't think that is going to happen tonight, by the looks of my time here. Oh, this traffic. Are you kidding? This traffic is obnoxious. And I like how over here, there's hardly any people. I don't know if that really has anything to do with anything. But, and realistically, probably, I guess, it looks like mixed the sections together a little better. Sort of. Instead of kind of keeping them separated. I don't know. I'm not really sure. So those sections are going up. Look, again, you ain't getting no airport. That I don't see happening. 5 more years, I'll have my loan paid off. Maybe then we could get another loan, and we'd be able to afford, you know, the airport, but I don't see that happening right now. Okay. Well, stuff's starting to get built there. Why won't that one start? I don't know. I don't know. The American dream. Pay off your debt so you can take more debt. Absolutely. That's the way she goes. Fire department needs no funding. They're going to need more than funding here in about 15, 20 minutes. Alright. We might cycle through maybe 1 or 2 more years, because I got it on the highest speed setting, too. So it doesn't really take that long. I can actually basically straight up pause it if I wanted to. Options. Auto. I don't know what these options are, or what any of these do. I'm not really sure. It's information. Load save. Higher in areas where the land value is low or the population density is high. Police stations are distributed to provide overlapping coverage for the high crime areas. Yeah, okay. So that's what he does. Just tries to give you a little bit of advice. This has been fun. You know, I don't know how often and for how long I could really... Oh, look, there is a ship that's floating through here. Oh, that's because of my seaport. Okay. Well, that's neat. It just kind of floats around here in circles, it looks like, but being like cutting edge. Dude, yeah. Yeah, when this came out, what did I say? 91, I think, for this console. Yeah, there's traffic jams everywhere. Tell them to drive on a different street. Yeah, this being like cutting edge stuff and everything. Like, again, this was fun tonight, and I'm happy I did this. This was completely different from the Resistance games, and it was kind of nice to just have something where I can just kind of fiddle with and just kind of relax, you know, on stream. I had some really cool conversations with some of you guys. I really appreciated that. But I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of SimCities necessarily to start with. I have like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I do have that. I'll have to do that one of these nights. And The Sims. This, I don't know. It just seems maybe just a little too generic for me, I guess. The crime rate is beyond acceptable levels. Reclaim their neighborhoods and take what matters into their own hand. You better build some... Police stations where? Where do you need police stations? How many more do you need, really? Hold on. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Also not what I wanted. There's a certain thing I'm looking for here. Oh, map. This will show me... This is the crime rate. Oh boy. I guess one police station just doesn't cut it. Not in the slightest. Apparently. Down here, it's horrible. Just horrible. So, station there. Yep, need one out, yeah. Why don't you build a police headquarters? A state-of-the-art facility. Give you this city a wider area of police protection. And you couldn't have told me that before? Fine. We'll do a police headquarters. I'm working on the crime thing right now. I promise you that. Police headquarters, I guess, here on that corner. Oh, and their lights flash. You see that? They are a special kind of special. They're the headquarters. Ooh, I am destroying stuff and did not mean to do that. Oops. I was holding in the wrong button. My bad. Alright, that's all built up, or getting built up. Fire departments don't matter. At least not at the moment. I don't know. I didn't notice if I ever was able to crack 60,000. I don't think so. And now it's going down again for some reason. Never mind. I didn't turn that stuff on, but apparently it just does that. So here's the tornado. Run for cover. A tornado has been spotted in the city. You'll have to wait until it passes before you can rebuild the city, because nobody fools with Mother Nature. That is not close to my well, it's close to this section over here. Let's see if it wipes anything out. Looks like it might. Nope, maybe it'll miss that. It's gonna screw up my power lines down here, it looks like. Yeah, no, that's all cool and fine. You know what? 1. Alright, tornado, what are you gonna do? Oh, what if it actually hits my power plant? Yeah! Oh, and then there's a fire. Alright. Completely wiped out. Oh, no! I think it is gonna hit that one. Oh, no! Oh, right through the power plant. Oh, no! The smokestacks are now burning. Oh, the whole thing just burned to the ground. Oh, and it's gonna catch the other one. Oh, no. Damn tornado. And it's still going. Oh, now it finally went out. Now this fire is gonna catch and just burn all this down. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Everything's burning down. None of this has power anymore. Oh, no. Where's the fire department? Yeah, everything. No power to the entire city. Shit got grim real quick in Grimburg. Well, yep, this is all starting to burn down. Well, you know what? Fire! A fire has broken out. If it continues to burn, it'll spread through the city. Bulldoze the areas around it to stop the fire from spreading. Built a fire department yet? Fire protection. No. We've already had fires going on, though. That's nothing new. Floods breaking out. Oh, man. Waters have risen to the flood level. You develop the shorelines to prevent erosion. The future flooding. The flood will continue to spread inland. Where? Oh, right here? Where that doesn't matter? Yeah, no, that's... Another tornado! Yeah, right. Exactly. Another tornado. Where's that at? Oh, that's way down here where there's nothing going on. Earthquake! Earthquake! Crash, boom, bam. Major earthquake is shaking your fine city to ruins. Major fires are burning out of control. Put out the fires and restore power in all the zones before you begin to rebuild your city to its past glory. Hold on. What broke down? Oh, we got sections missing here. A section's missing there. A Bowser attack! Oh no! The King of the Koopas has invaded the city. While looking for Mario and Luigi, Bowser's destroying everything in sight. Contain the fires he has set and repair the damage before he decides to return for a second stroll through downtown. Where's he at? Nowhere near downtown. Oh, he could go for this, though. And they're worried about traffic jams. Get the hell out of the city. I guess there could be a traffic jam. Just running through. Is he gonna go right in the water? He started a fire by going through there. Oh yeah, check that out. Oh no. Oh no. Bowser? Bowser's coming to show. Yeah, he's gonna go right through the middle. And just start trampling everything. He's going right for the stadium. He ain't even playing around. There goes an entire residential area. Oh, there goes the stadium. Stadium's in ruin. Another residential area trashed. Oh, look at the... Oh, yeah. Oh, it's all going. It's all going. There goes train tracks. There goes power lines. Oh, jeez. Flying through the air. Ragdoll's on fire. Dude, walk a straight line right through. Thanks, Bowser. Thank you. There's still 25,000 people in this city somewhere. Train's still going. He don't care. Yeah, no, we're just still worried about the tax rates and, you know, all that. It's all good. Well, I'd say our city is... Oh, look at it. The whole section! It just kept going. Just wildfires everywhere. We got casinos gone. The bank's gone. Imagine this, okay? If I wouldn't have turned all those things on right then. Let's just pretend for a second. I didn't know that some of those things would actually just happen and start just because. I was unaware of that. But I know people that would have had this, built up this big city, left it running, went to school, came back, and it would look like this. Just everything destroyed. Because it probably started happening right as they left. And then for, what, 5-6 hours or whatever, everything just burns to the ground. All that work for nothing. He's still wiping out industrial zones. Police department is trashed. He ain't giving up. He just keep on going. I mean, does he ever stop? Or does he just keep trampling through everything? Wow. That's wild. He just left a path of destruction everywhere. Oh yeah, the entire northern section's been burned to the ground. Yeah, where is Mario when you need him? Guy's running a little late on the saving people stuff. Bowser's just having a way with our city. Both power plants gone. Look at it. Just nothing left. Well, I think that, yeah, there's only 7,000 people that are still here. Why? Go. There is no saving this city. None. This city is so screwed. It's unbelievable. It's all gone. It's all gone. So, let me get this now. Yeah, here's a 3D model of my city, guys. There's Grimberg. It looks in pretty rough shape, you ask me. Build a power plant? No, I think we're beyond that. I think it's the forest fire just takes out half the damn forest. Where the hell did Bowser go? I don't know. Maybe he finally went away, but it's a little too late for that. We're not even worried about that anymore. Yeah. Talking about rebuilding, yeah. We can fix it with a little bit of elbow grease and hopes and dreams. It could happen. No. It cannot. We're beyond that point. We collected a whole $41 in taxes last year. The fact that we're still collecting any of it is insane. But yeah. I guess it's about that time anyways. It's right at my 2.5 hour mark. This was fun. I did enjoy playing this. Being able to chat with a couple people was fun. And watching Bowser completely destroy everything that I had worked for was entertaining in its own sense. So, that is going to be it for me tonight. Now, when it comes to the next couple streams, I wasn't... Okay, so next week, there is going to be no Tuesday night stream. I actually got something going on next Tuesday, so that's just... it's not going to happen next Tuesday. I should be back that following Thursday. So not this Thursday, the following Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that night either. There's a few factors in play there. The plan was, and still is, to start Resistance 2 on the PlayStation 3 this coming up Thursday night. I considered maybe doing something else if it takes me another week and a half or something to get back to another stream. You know, so starting a full-length playthrough and don't get back to it for another 7 to 12 days or whatever it was or something. But I have nothing else, like, prepared and ready to go. Resistance 2 already is prepared. and all I got to do is just swap the consoles out. I've already got my my audio as worked out as I can get it without actually having to go through some of the beginning of the game and giving some things away for myself. So Resistance 2 is already set up and ready to go. Yeah. So that is still the plan. We're going to start Resistance 2 this coming up Thursday night. The Resistance saga continues. We will see the return of Nathan Hale, and I think there's 2 or 3, maybe even 4-year time gap between the last couple games and Resistance 2. So things should be a-changin', and we'll get to check that out. Swab Beardson will be streaming tomorrow night, correct? More Death Stranding. And not sure if he's got Sunday planned this week or not. He's got some things going on as well. So, this Sunday as well, too? Okay, so yeah, he's going to be doing Wednesday and Sunday. Make sure you check out Swab Beardson and check out some Death Stranding. If you're not familiar with the game, it's interesting. It's about all I can really say about that. You have to just kind of watch it to start understanding any of it, because I could be here all night just trying to explain something I still don't 100% know and understand myself. So, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So yeah, Swab Bearson's got Death Stranding Wednesday. I'm going to have Resistance 2, Part 1, Thursday night. And then Swab will be back at it again Sunday. And then I won't be back until the following Thursday, maybe. Just stay tuned. That link that Swab had posted for the Discord, just pay attention to that. Or my Facebook page. There's a link down below underneath this too, and unless you're watching the live stream replay on the YouTube channel, there'll be a link in the description for the Facebook page as well. You can check out either of those things. I will update my stream schedule as soon as I know for sure exactly what's going on. And if anything changes between now and Thursday night, I'll let everybody know then as well. So, just stay tuned for the announcements of what's going to be going on. With that being said, I am done for the night. I will see you in Swab Bearson's chat, or at least I damn well better see you in Swab Bearson's chat tomorrow. And be right back here Thursday night for Part 1 of Resistance 2. So until then, this was fun, and I am D. I'm the Grim Gamer, and we'll see you next time.